So, what else is going on in your world? You've been kind of silent. I guess you went out drinking with your friend
Oh,
last night. Your
yeah,
buddy John was texting me last night about
yeah. I was.
you. And the thing that I'm thinking is, well, you and John are out drinking, doing whatever, hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
and John is texting me blow by blow activity, and I'm just like, why are you texting me if you and Chris are out? It's like, okay.
Well, John is like a girl. He can't get off his phone. He literally. I mean, 10 times during the night, Stephanie was like, "Put your fucking phone down."
Oh, she was with you too?
Yeah, it was. It started out me, Kelly, Steph, and John.
All right.
We went out to Brown Derby for dinner. I just needed to get the fuck out. I had yet another fucking terrible week business wise,
Mm-hmm.
and and I just needed to get the fuck out. I
Yeah.
needed a break. So I just was like, look, let's go out. I'll buy dinner, you buy drinks. That works. So we went out, we go to Brown Derby, and last night it was very apparent it was one of them nights that the drinks were tasting really good. And I mean, I drank a ton. So we had dinner. I probably had 5 drinks with dinner.
No.
Like
Well, what kind of drinks were you drinking?
double Jacks and Cokes all night.
Jack and Coke. Okay.
And all of them were doubles. Every single one that I had all night was doubles. So we had dinner. Dinner was fine. Dinner was fun. We wanted to go somewhere else. So we don't know any. We were in Streetsboro. We don't know any of the fucking bars in Streetsboro.
How many places are there to go in Streetsboro?
I don't know, 2, 3, 4, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. We basically we looked on our phone and found 2. One that I'd been to before and one that I hadn't, or I may have been to, but I don't remember. So we went to that one instead. This club called Streets. It's a shit bar. I mean, it really is a shitty bar.
All right.
So we walk it.
Where is it exactly?
You know where it used to be Dairy Queen is? You know where the ice cream store is there on 14?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then across the street used to be like a Dairy Queen, but it's now something else, like a pizza shop or something.
Okay.
It was in the back of that.
All right. All
I
right.
mean,
I know where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's on 14 is where Streets was. It's on the main strip. So we go into this place. First of all, we walk in. There's probably 8 people in the place. They are booming country music. Just, oh my God. We walk in and it's like Alan Jackson or something playing. And
All right.
and John and Steph are both like, oh, good, country. And you know me, I'm like, I'm just eyeing to see if they got touch tunes because I can have some fun. So, so we go in and we get a seat and we start drinking there. And then we basically took over the fucking music. We started throwing down, but John was being a fucking radical. At one point, he found this fucking cracked me up to no end. He found fucking Harry Chapin Bummer and played it in the bar.
I know. He texts me about that. He says, dude, I'm playing Bummer in a country bar.
It was fucking hilarious. Like we're sitting there and it's all Kenny Chesney and Alan Jackson and shit. And then all of a sudden you hear Harry Chapin talking about fucking eating paint chips and shit and mowing down the slants or whatever else he says in that show.
Yeah,
in that song.
He's a killing machine.
Yeah. And we were just rolling laughing. But I kept right on drinking. The drinks kept coming, and in that bar, the drinks were huge. They were like probably this big.
All right.
Every drink, and they were strong. They were not pussified drinks at all. They were probably 2.5 to 3 shots worth in every drink of Jack Daniels.
All right.
So we hung there for a while, maybe an hour there. And then John and Steph knew that I was starting to feel it a little bit. So they were like, let's go to Sassy so that you're closer to your house.
All right.
And I was like, okay. And I didn't bring it up. I was like, cool with whatever. So we drive over to Sassy's. and then it's just on. There's nobody in there. We thought that there'd be like a bunch of people in there because Friday night, you'd think.
Oh, Sassy's obviously survived COVID then, huh?
They did survive COVID. I don't know how after seeing the crowd there. I think there was us and 4 people in the whole bar on a Friday night. Just no, I mean, yeah, the football team, I think it was the first week of high school football, because when we drove by, like all of the like parking lot and everything was all full of cars. So I'm assuming everybody was at the football game. But we just got in there and we just started tearing down, and I was absolutely holding court. I did an episode of the CMS from the table last night. I was telling some funny shit. But I kept drinking and kept drinking and kept drinking to the point that the fucking bar cut me off.
Really?
I have not had that happen to me. And this was not late. It was not late. It was, if it was 11 o'clock, I'd be surprised.
All right.
And I wasn't acting up. I wasn't, doing my normal shit where I'm like, where they want to call the police to arrest me. I mean, I was just sitting there. I wasn't being too fucking obnoxious or loud, or at least I didn't think I was. But at some point, the bartender was like, "No, your friend can't have any more."
He was counting your drinks, huh?
Yeah, it was the she, but yeah, it just was like, "No, your friend can't have any more." And I even offered. I said, "Here's my keys. They're gonna drive me. I'm not driving. I'll leave my car here. I'll give you my keys right now." Nope, can't have any more.
All right.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I got annoyed by that. So then we came back here to the house and drank some more.
Oh boy.
Here at the house, and then after an hour or so, then John and Steph left, and I went to immediately trying to watch fucking what was I trying to watch? That Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie.
Okay.
And that's when it all hit me at once. I started getting the fucking, and this hasn't happened to me in years, room spinning and fucking have one foot on the floor. I'm fucking, I had to get a bucket because I thought I was going to puke, but I didn't. I mean, it was really too much alcohol.
Yeah.
But thankfully I had a big dinner, so it absorbed some of it. And somehow, some way, Steph went outside at some point to smoke, and I guess we were next to a pizza shop, and they gave her a free pizza. So we had the pizza too when we got back to the house to kind of soak up some more of the alcohol. So, but yeah.
Hey, you want this pizza?
That's about what as far as I know, that's what happened. She was there and they just handed her a pizza.
Was it Giannino's?
Yeah, it was Giannino's.
That's a Giannino's.
Yeah, it actually was Giannino's.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was good pizza, and boy, it hit the spot at the right time. But yeah, so I mean, that was it. It wasn't. I wish I had some crazy story to tell that ended with, and then they cut me off or something. But I really don't. I didn't do anything. I wasn't acting up. I wasn't really being more vulgar, more or less. In fact, I was more vulgar in the other place. When we were at the country bar, at one point, I'm on my phone with John and I'm showing him boat porn and stuff just because he had never even heard of boat porn. So I'm pulling up boat porn in the fucking family club. I was being way more obnoxious in there than I was at Sassy's. But yeah, I was kind of annoyed by that too, because that's kind of my home bar, and they're cutting me off at a fucking 10:30 or whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, tell me about the girl with the cleft palate whose line on her face looked like I-271 on a map.
That was just me fucking riffing. We were talking about Maria from In This Moment.
Okay.
We were just talking about chick bands or whatever, and
all right,
someone mentioned that girl Maria from In This Moment. I said, yeah, she's got a cleft palate, I think, and Steph was like, I think that's why she's always hiding her face. And I said, yeah, her face looks like a fucking road map to 271. I was just kind of.
Is that true about her? Has she got a cleft palate?
I think she does. When you watch her talk, she talks all weird. And, I don't know. I mean, she probably covers it with makeup or something, but, she does I've met her in person and seen her, and she does kind of have that weird fucky face when she's talking. So,
well, she did say that the Rev show was the worst radio show.
Yeah, I told that story last night. That was fucking. That's one of them all timers where I did the whole interview just to get the ID, just to fuck with the Rev. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good time last night. I had a great time last night.
Her teeth could be the road cones.
Yeah, I might have said that too.
You might have, well, your friend John was texting me the blow
Oh,
by blow things that were being said.
yeah. Like I said, I was doing an episode of the CMS last night. I was rolling. I had them guys crying, laughing. You know, I was definitely in fun. And again, that should go to the part of why am I getting cut off? Everybody was having a good time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody was angry. Nobody was mad. Nobody's yelling at each other. You know, there was none of that shit going on. We were just kind of chilling, and we weren't even playing. You know, I can get it even sometimes because you know how I get. Sometimes I go in those places and I play really fucked up music.
Yeah,
but we really weren't. We were playing like 80s pop songs and stuff. we were just being goofy.
Yeah,
you know, we weren't like. It wasn't like we were playing, you know, Public Enemy and NWA all night. I mean, we were just playing like Debbie Gibson and, you know, shit like that, just having some fun, being silly. And somehow, some way, she's like, your friend is cut off.
All right.
Okay. Then we're out. You know, we'll stop spending money then, I guess.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the 80s pop, you know what swung through the area this week?
What's that?
That same tour with Motels, When in Rome, and Bow Wow Wow.
Oh, wow. Same tour, just all different players.
Yeah, just all different players.
Nice. With the same names on the marquee.
Exactly. And of course, they, you know, the pictures were the pictures from the 80s.
Of course.
You know, on the advertisement.
Well, they couldn't have the Crypt Keeper known as fucking Martha Davis on the picture, could they? With her fucking war hat.
Yeah. Man, yeah, but yeah, hanging out with how long ago was that? That was 3 years ago.
It was
4 years ago.
It was about a week before the pandemic started.
All right, so
because it was the very last show I went to before the pandemic.
So it was like February of what is this, 22? So 20?
I think 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's been 2.5 years.
Yep, it has.
Yeah, so yeah, they're back on the tour circuit, touring as that lineup again.
Yeah, there you go. The brand. Good point there, Henry Lee in the chat room. The brand of those three bands are out there.
Yeah, basically.
Not the bands.
Yeah, the names are out there.
Yeah, because I know for a fact there was no Eric Ferentinos and no Dinsey in the fucking Bow Wow Wow this time around.
Whatever.
I'm pretty sure this time around it's the singer is whoever the chick is that the bass player's banging. And I think the When in Rome guy is playing drums now too. Like he plays in both bands.
Does he?
That's what I think.
Got to economize.
Yeah, well, might as well. I mean, each band's only playing like 30 minutes anyway.
Right.
I mean, other than Martha Davis, does any of those other two bands have more than 2 hits?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So what are they going to play?
Yeah, it's interesting. But I saw the ad for it, and I was just like, "Holy shit, they're back at it again!"
Yep. Well, that's fun.
So I hope the people in Bow Wow Wow don't mind not getting paid.
Yeah, hope not. Well, if it's the girlfriend, then she doesn't need to get paid.
Exactly.
And the When in Rome guy, if he's doing double duty for single pay, then it's perfect.
Yeah, and got to be honest with you, prior to that first time around 2.5 years ago, I didn't even know When in Rome.
Yeah, I knew that one song, but I would have never been able to say, oh, that's When in Rome.
Yeah, I know. I was like, who?
Yeah. I sort of remember that they were in that whole group with like Spandau Ballet and all those other fucking bands that I was like, not listening to that, you know. But yeah, I sort of kind of remembered their name, but not enough to know. I'm like you, I didn't know them. So it was still a fun night. That night that we went was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a, you know, just it was a good hang. It was Sal and I went.
Yeah.
And we went, they had dinner, and then they played at the House of Blues downtown Chicago. And of course, you know, Eric treated us pretty well, and you know, we hung around and drank his whiskey, and
about what we did. It was me, Steph, and Kelly.
Yeah.
And that's about what we did too. We drank up all Eric's whiskey, and then we sat in the seats and watched him play, and then we came back and hung out with him some more.
Yeah, we went out front for Bow Wow Wow just to watch Eric do his thing. And then we didn't see When in Rome. We heard him from the dressing room.
Right.
And then we went out and we watched Eric, and then we went back to the dressing room and we heard the Motels.
Yeah. You're like, fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just fun hanging with Eric. It was just cutting up and just making jokes and stuff, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, we didn't even go see the show for the most part. We just went out there to hang out.
Right. Yeah, that's the same as us. We didn't care about the music at all. We just went just to be there.
But yeah, I can't believe that. So man, time just flies because it just seems like a couple of months ago, but man, 2.5 years ago.
I guess that's what happens when you sit at home and do nothing for 2 fucking years.
Yeah. But yeah, going out on a Friday and, you know, just, you know, your experience of just going out just once again kind of proves what we were talking about, that people just don't want to go out anymore.
No, people are not. We went to 3 places last night, and I really expected a Friday night at a steak place to be pretty packed.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. I mean, it was, I would say at best, and we were there at we got there at like 5:45. So we were there right at dinner time. Maybe half full, maybe.
So do you think that the holiday weekend people were out or leaving town, or you know,
I don't know,
doing last minute summer things or something?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just was kind of like, I was surprised because the funny part was I actually called on Wednesday to make a reservation just to make sure. I was so convinced that it was going to be hard to get a table that I was like, I better call, you know, because we were going at lunch or at dinner time.
Right.
So I really was like, you know, it's a steak place. It's probably the best steak place in that town, you know. So I was like, let me call and get a reservation put together. And they wouldn't let me book a reservation because I didn't have 5 people. They said you have to have 5 to have a reservation. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Why did you tell them you had 5?
Well, I didn't know until I was on the phone. I called, and then they were like, oh, I said, I need to make a reservation. And she's like, how many in your party? I said 4. And she goes, oh no, you have to have 5. And I was just like,
that really makes a difference.
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, okay, thanks.
Isn't a table a table?
Well, I'll tell you what, in looking at how many people were in their place, they should fucking make a reservation for 1.
Yeah.
You know, there was no one there. So, but then we went over to the other bar when we went, and, you know, by the time we went to that bar, it's probably like 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish. Again, prime time, you would think for a bar, for a neighborhood bar. I don't think there were 15 people in it. In fact, I know there was not 15 people in it. No way. And then, like I said, we went to Sassy's, and there was people on the patio at Sassy's. The patio seemed like it was full. So maybe 40 people total.
Yeah.
Just people weren't out, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what the, you know, the scene is like, you know, in the evening around here. I couldn't even begin to tell you because it's just like, by the time I'm done for the day, I'm done for the day.
Yeah. The only scene you have is that fucking 65-inch OLED TV, and whoever's there, that's the scene you're in.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That is a nice setup though. That new one, man. I tell you, it's just like, I like it a lot.
Sure. I'll bet.
Yeah. Technology has come a long way.
Hell yeah. Dude, and it's just getting better. I mean, as good as it seems now, how good is it going to be in like 3 years?
Yeah, really.
Dude, you're going to probably smell the grass if you're watching golf or something at that point.
Yeah, it's true smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably coming. I mean, that's the only thing that they have left to do. I mean, how much more clear can they make your screen?
Yeah, really.
I mean, when you see every blade of grass on like a football game or something, it's like, how much more clear can this? It's weird when they show like throwback clips now, and it's like, yeah, I don't ever remember thinking that shit was blurry. But then when I watch shit from like the 80s or whatever, it looks like I'm watching it through a dirty window.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, wow. And we thought that was the shit back then.
Yeah, of course. That was as good as it gets at that time. You know, that was the big step up from the, you know, the black and white.
That's right. But yeah, so I don't know how good it's going to get, but I'm sure you and I will have another TV or two's worth of experience with the next level.
Yeah. Well, what gets me about this new TV is that the screen is literally that thick.
Sure.
It's less. It's about a half an inch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when they say it's paper thin, they ain't lying.
Yeah. It's as thin as a sheet of glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's my my MacBook Pro is like that. The screen, and it's like 8K or some bullshit. I don't know what that is. Retina something, some kind of shit. And it's it's real 2 sheets of paper thin, And even this big one that I've got here, the newer Mac, the iMac, it's maybe that thick total size. And it's all in one, like all the computer parts and everything are in it. It's crazy how thin it is.
Well, we love our technology.
We do. Definitely do. So,
well, one of the things that I was glad, and speaking of the new TV,
yes,
was, after the show last week, I flipped on the TV to watch something before I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The new season of Archer is out.
Oh, nice.
Season 13. So I bought that on Amazon right away.
Okay.
So it's currently playing.
Okay.
The first episode was last Wednesday.
Good.
And so yeah, it just picked right back up. It's just like Archer, man. I know you're not a cartoon guy, but man, that Archer is the funniest goddamn cartoon.
Sure.
And the new Beavis is really good too.
Yeah, the Beavis and Butthead is great. I was laughing so hard at these last 2 episodes the other day when he said, what did he say? He called himself Spankenstein or something. Oh my God, I fucking almost fell off my couch.
It's so funny because the last time, aside from the one season that aired in like 2010.
Yeah.
Beavis went off the air in 98, I think.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Oh wait, 20, so 24 years later, Beavis comes back and it picks right back up where it left off. I mean, Mike Judge is just a genius, man.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost a step with sounding like Beavis and Butthead, and the humor is there, and I mean, it is just funny shit.
Are you caught up with it right now, or
I didn't catch the last 2 episodes, the latest 2.
Did you see the one where he was doing the dancing, where he was trying to shake his meat?
Yes.
God damn it, that was so fucking funny. You look like, what did he say? He said, you look like 2 legs attached to a back.
That's when he was like humping the couch and shit.
Yeah, and he was doing the wiggling of his knees and shit.
Yeah. Yes, I did see that one.
That shit, when he said, you look like 2 legs hooked to a back, I was fucking crying laughing.
Well, they were trying to, what was the other episode where they were trying to raise bees?
Yeah, that was funny too.
Only it was wasps.
Yeah, it was wasps instead of bees.
Yeah, this is liquid gold, Beavis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make honey.
Yeah. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, and then they went and stole all the fucking food and shit from the farmer's market.
I'm telling you, they the writing and obviously the presentation of the new Beavis just reminds me of watching it way back in the 90s when it was when it was airing new episodes every Friday night.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I'm loving it.
When it first was airing back in 90, when did it first hit the air? 93?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
I think it was like 93 when it debuted. But I was involved with a chick at the time, and we'd go out on a Friday night and stuff, and we would get home, and the first run I think was at like 10 o'clock. I think that was the first run, and then they would do the second run, I think at midnight or something.
Right.
They would repeat. And we would, if we were out, you know, I missed the first run, but as soon as we got home, I would flip on the TV to catch the new episodes of Beavis.
Right.
Oh, my girlfriend, she just used to get pissed. You know, I don't know what's so funny about this. All they do is just go,
yeah.
I'm going to bed.
All right, go ahead.
All put out and disgusted, and I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. You know, I don't know what's so funny. There's just nothing funny about that.
Yeah, go to bed then.
Yeah.
See ya.
I think I just, you know, just watching, especially in the 90s, you know, when like, you know, like I said, 93, 94, somewhere around there.
Right.
They were saying stuff that you never heard on TV before.
Sure.
You know, and that was the whole shocking part about it, is because they would make comments. And one of the ones that just lives with me to this day was they were watching some music video and it had some cheerleaders in it, and they were whatever the music video was, and these cheerleaders are doing their cheer, and the one girl does a cartwheel, and Beavis goes, "Whoa, I just saw her taint." That's the first time I heard anyone use the term taint on TV. I just saw her taint.
That's hilarious. Taint.
So glad Beavis is back. Glad Arthur is back. Sad that Animal Kingdom has ended.
But I thought appropriately ended. Or do you want to wait? We can talk about it later. If you want.
We'll get into we'll do it in the next segment. So we can kind of like talk about it in depth.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, you know, I got mixed thoughts about it. I wasn't disappointed, but I have questions.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it in the next break. But you know, the ending to what a great series that was.
Yeah. Did you know? And this, I only know this because after the episode, I went to YouTube, and there's like all kinds of like the cast says thanks to you know, the fans and all this shit. Did you know that both Craig and Jay are like from England or Australia or somewhere?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Dude, both of them, they're doing, I'd like to thank y'all. You know, they're using the accents.
Well, they're kind of like Jax.
Yeah, but Jax was bad at holding it. At the end, Jax sort of didn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Because at the end, Jax would fall back into his English accent or whatever. You know, I don't ever remember a time in Animal Kingdom where either of those two guys didn't sound like they were Southern Californian.
Isn't it weird that you can be from a different country and change your whole dialect?
Yeah, every word
in an acting way, but then when it comes to, you know, being back to just being who they are and doing interviews, that their real accent comes out.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, they and cut. Well, thank you, mate. You know, it's like, whoa, what happened? Who are you?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it in the next segment, because I just want to get your thoughts and take and you know, viewpoint on a few things.
Well, I watched it twice, so I have a definite knowledge. I watched it once, and then I watched it again to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Right. But yeah, a lot of twists and turns there. It didn't quite turn out the way that, well, we suspected. That's, you know, your thought, and I'll just hold it until
and hang it till the next one, because I mean, it definitely, we sort of guessed, but not completely guessed. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which to me made it better, because then it didn't just, if it would have turned out exactly like we thought, we'd have been like, all right, big deal.
Exactly. So, all right, well, we'll come back and we'll do a little Animal Kingdom review, and, you know, and we'll get, you know, give each other our thoughts on it.
Sure.
But yeah, glad you turned me on to that series, and I was able to, you know, catch the last couple of seasons in real time.
Hell yeah.
You know, so it was good stuff.
We got to find another one for you now.
Yeah, really. All right, well, let's take a break, and I'll let you pick a tune, and we'll get rolling here.
All right, let's go with I'm gonna go with the new single from the Dead Daisies. It's called Face Your Fear, from the album Radiance.
Okay.
Really good song. I mean, it's Glenn Hughes. I mean, Does Glenn Hughes ever suck?
No.
He never sucks. And Dead Daisies, I don't know shit about that guy other than he has a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But man, he buys the right people to make his shit sound good. That's for damn sure.
Well, I mean, you know, at least he's got you know, talent, and they can make some kind of a, you know, have a good chemistry, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, to do a good job with making music, and even though it's just a project for this guy and he just wants to be a rock star.
Well, and he, from what I understand, he's got the billions of dollars to afford it. So
exactly. All right. Well, I got the Dead Daisies pulled up here with Face Your Fear. So here it is. It's brand new Dead Daisies exclusively here
on your classic.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!